Willie Jordan. I'm in my slavery, sir.
All right, no sweat. Tawad, everything Tawad with you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Everything's good.
All right,
How
no.
about you?
Everything's good, man. Everything's Tawad. We're gonna go ahead and crack this class out. We about to start the class now, so just place your phone on mute. You got any questions or comments? Just go ahead and take it off. Say Salakia. We'll get you in here.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, we're the I.S.U.P.K. starting out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yahanna. Today we're gonna be talking about the role of a woman. You understand, like what a woman should do to be a virtuous woman. You understand? Because a lot of people, they'll like to think that they're a virtuous woman. You know, the Christian church, you know what I mean, in the world, you'll like to think that you're a virtuous woman because you believe a virtuous woman is a good woman. But according to the scriptures, it means more to be virtuous means more than to be a good woman. You understand? Anybody can say that they're good, but are you actually? So we gonna stay on the good side of things. We're gonna go to how, you know what I mean, to be a virtuous woman. Maybe next week I'll do the Jezebel spirit. But this week we're going to do a virtuous woman. Salam, Lord Christ, who just chimed in? All right, no sweat. All right, we're going to go ahead and get into it. Napash Kaya, can you give me, we're going to start off with Genesis. Can you give me Genesis 2 and 18? So just flip to Genesis 2 and 18 for me real quick. Salam, Lord Christ, who just chimed in?
Yeah, about Shem Rakatha. It's Brother Thomas.
Brother Thomas, are you doing everything to Wild Thomas? No sweat. That's what's up. That's what I like to hear. You understand? We're going to go ahead and do a class today. As I said before, we're going to do a class today on a virtuous woman. You know what I mean? The last time I did a class, we did it on the men. I said I was going to do it to the woman. So, you know what I mean? I'm going to go ahead and do it on a woman. So what a woman should strive for when coming into the truth. So you got that scripture for me, Thomas? I mean, not Thomas, Salakia, Napash?
Come on.
All right, go ahead.
The book of Genesis, chapter 2, verse 18. And the Lord God said, it's not good that a man should be alone. I will make him a helpmeet for him.
Right. It's the Lord said it's not good for a man to be alone. You understand? We know Adam wasn't the first man created, but he was the first to receive the truth. That was that breath in his nostrils. That was the law, statutes, and commandments. That was the truth to how to serve God. That's what made him become a living person. Because without the truth, you're not a living person, man. You're just a zombie. You're walking dead. You understand? To live means to follow God because then you will have everlasting life following God. You understand? So we know Adam was created and he was the only one in the truth. So the Most High said it's not good for him to be by himself. You understand? Sometimes he's going to need encouragement. Sometimes he's going to need somebody to, you know what I mean, help him out. So he said, we're going to make him a helpmeet. And that was when Eve was made, you understand? Women are made to be a helpmeet to a man, you understand? And that's not looked at as like, oh, you a servant or anything like that. It just means you're supposed to help him. You understand? Not everything that a man could do by himself sometimes. So he need a woman to help him out with certain things, you understand? So that's where it says that Eve was made. Eve was not made to rule over him, which we're going to get into scriptures later. She was not made to be equal to him, but to help him out. Jump down to, give me Genesis 3 and 16. We're going to start off, because real quick, give me Genesis 3:16. Before we get that, we know that starting in verse 3, chapter 3, the serpent came, which if you don't know the breakdown for it, I talked about it a little bit in some of my past classes. I might do a class back over again. But the serpent came, which is not an actual snake. You understand? And he was able to beguile Eve. He was able to trick Eve. And when it says that she ate of the garden, it does not mean that she ate no fruit. She didn't eat no apple like they would try to put it out there. She just listened to their other doctrines. You understand? She had the truth. Then she was listening to men and other doctrines. That's what those trees outside the garden represent. Families of people teaching things other than what we know, other than what the Most High wants you to know. You understand? So she took the apple, she gave it to Adam, and then you understand they end up sinning against the Most High. So then we know that the Most High came down and he gave them curses based off of what they did. So we're going to jump down to Genesis chapter 3, verse 16.
the book of Genesis, chapter 3, verse 16. Unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception.
Right. Stop
In
right there.
sorrow thou.
No, stop right there. And she said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and conception. Now, this is not just talking about the physical pain that a woman goes through in labor. You understand? Like, when people look at this, they think that this is just talking about the physical pain that a woman goes through during delivering the baby, delivering the child, the baby. You understand? But anybody knows also what this is talking about and why this was done? Because don't think this was done just because the Most High just, you know what I mean, he want to curse people, or he, you know what I mean, there's no purpose in him doing this. There was a purpose in him doing this. He did this for a reason. Does anybody want to take a shot at why this did this? Like, it goes deeper into just pain during birth. Anybody want to take a shot at that?
What was the question again?
Okay, this says that we just read that the Most High will greatly multiply thy sorrow in childbirth, right? So what I'm saying is, this is not just the physical pain that a woman go through. But do anybody want to take a guess of why the Most High did this? Why did God multiply the sorrow between childbirth? Like, why was that the thing he chose to give a curse to the woman?
I think he took the trio, knowledge of good and evil.
No, I mean, that was why he did it, but I'm asking why did he, like for instance, what was the call, like what was his reasoning behind it? Don't worry. No, swear, it's a hard question. It's not just the physical pain that a woman goes through. When a woman has a child, she goes through emotional, mental pain. It's the problem. Like, having a baby in your stomach is a hard thing. You understand? You got mood swings you might have. You got all this troubles. You know what I mean? You can't do the natural things that you could do when you wasn't pregnant. You understand? So it's all the sorrow between the child. It's even saying sometimes even like if the man leave, you worried about the man leave. There's a whole bunch of things for when you having a child that a woman has to worry about, that she's sorrow for, that she feels, you know what I mean, that she's worried about. So it's not just the physical pain, but the reason why he did this to show a woman she can't do it by herself. It's to show the woman that she needs a man. Because when a woman is pregnant, right, and you're carrying a child, sometimes you don't want to get up. Wouldn't it be better to have a man that you can ask for help for? It's to show that a woman needs a man help. You understand? That even though you're going through all these problems, you can always count on a man to still help you get through the sessions. It's a reminder in her mind to let her know she needs a man. You understand? She's not an independent woman, can do all by herself. You know what I mean? She can't protect herself. That's the reason of why he did it. You understand? But keep going.
In sorrow thou shalt bring forth children, and thy desire shall be to thy husband.
Right, and stop right there. Right, and it says, and thy desire shall be to thy husband. Anybody know what it means for her desire to be towards her husband?
Salakia, sir.
Go ahead.
This is really the reason she's gonna have a desire for her husband is because when she went against her husband, God had already established that she was supposed to listen to her husband and not anyone else. So by her not listening to her husband, he punished her to desire her husband based on her not listening to her husband. So the desire of her husband means she's gonna want him more than anything in the world. When that woman gets angry, it's not because she's angry, it's because her desire is to make sure you're happy, make sure you're pleased and all that.
I mean, some of that was right, but that's not exactly correct. You understand? Like, when it says her desire shall be to her husband, that's not necessarily a punishment. That's telling her what she should do. That's telling her how she should be. It's not necessarily, the punishment was the sorrow in childbearing, in childbirth. But her desire being towards the man is just simply saying, whatever her man desires, that's what she shall strive for. You understand? Now, of course, it's not wickedness. You know what I mean? Like if your man want to have threesomes, or you know what I mean, he want to eat crab, he want to do some wicked, then no, you don't do that. But if your man desires, you know what I mean, certain things, then that should be her desire. Her desire shall be towards her husband, meaning you always do things, like you said, someone was right, to make your man happy. You understand? This is in the beginning. This is not, like, because a woman have her own desires, and she'll want to, you know what I mean, go off and party with her homegirls. Well, if your man say you can do that, then okay, do that. But if he say you shouldn't do that, guess what you shouldn't do? You shouldn't do that. You should do what he tells you to do, long as it's righteous, though. You understand? We're gonna get into it if you got an unrighteous man and how you should act as well. But for this part, it's showing that if you have a righteous man, you should desire what he wants. You understand? Because most of the time, like if he's a righteous man, all the time he's gonna teach you to be even righteous. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna teach you how you should be and how you should serve the Lord. Like I said, if you have a wicked man though, he beating on you, stuff like that. You know what I mean? You still gotta respect him and follow him, but you don't listen to what he tell you if he tell you to sin against God. You understand? Those are the only times where you can just say, you don't, and just because you know what I mean, you're not listening to him, don't mean you try to combat him or challenge him. You just say, you know what I mean, Salakia, sir, I can't do that. You know what I mean? Like if we ask you to cook some crab, Salakia, you know what I mean, I follow the Bible, it says that we can't do that. But I can cook you this. You know what I'm saying? It's all a way or a spirit that you still have to have even though he's wrong. You don't want to never challenge him. You understand? A woman is not created to challenge a man. You understand? But I just wanted to start off with that. And it says that he shall rule over you. You understand? Shalom, Lord Christ, who just chimed in?
That's what I'm sorry, my hard drive.
All right, who's the brother that chimed in?
It's Kevin Rhodes. Shalom.
All right, that's what. You doing all right, Kevin?
Wow.
All right, just place your phone on me. If you got any questions or comments, just go ahead and take it off. Say Salakia and get in here. We'll get you in here. But it says that he shall rule over you. You understand? Meaning the man shall always rule over the woman. You understand? This whole woman independent movement, the woman can put the man out the house, the woman don't need a man. It's a trick, you understand, by the white man to disrupt and to get the black man household out of order. You understand? Anybody knows that the first thing that you want to do is bind the man up. If you're going, you know what I mean, take the black man household. If you're gonna go and invade his household and be successful, you must bind the man up. So one of the things that they come up with is to get the woman to go against the man, to get him to kick out get the woman to kick him out the house. You understand? This is a plan that he did to try to put the woman over the man. This is like if you even look at the feminism movement, it started off with lesbian woman and white woman. You understand? First of all, lesbians don't want no man, no way. So why would they do anything that's gonna be for the man? And then the white woman, her mindset wasn't, I want to be over the white man. It was, I want to be equal to. It's as if like, okay, well, you doing all this, can I enjoy some of it too? You understand? Like he didn't have, like the white man didn't allow women to vote. It was, well, can we vote too? It wasn't let me be over you, but it was pretty much let me join into some of the things that you have. Notice if you ever talk about a white woman, she don't never mind letting a white man rule over her. But she taught to the black woman to not let a black man rule over her, because if you teach that, then now you got a disruptive, unorderly house. And if you got a disruptive, unorderly house, then that's when you can't raise your children right. You understand? You can't serve the Most High. So many things go in wrong. You understand? And some of it is the man's blame too. It's not just the woman. Some of it is the man's blame too, because a man has to, just like I did the man class 2 weeks ago. There's a certain way a man has to act and be to get his house in order. But it also goes down to the woman too. So with that, we're going to jump right into it now. I just wanted to start off with that, but now we're going to jump right into it. Give me Corinthians 11:3. Go to Corinthians chapter 11, verse 3. We're going to get into some of this of how a woman should act. It goes even more. Like all throughout the Bible, you will see an order of how things should be in a household. And if you follow this order, everything will be good. You understand? Even if you have a little hiccup or a problem, it'll be able to be resolved if you follow in this order. Shalom, Lord Christ, who just chimed in. Go to Corinthians 11:3.
Shalom, Yahweh Shem Yahshua Barakatah. Is Dante.
All right. You doing all right, Dante?
Con, sir.
All right. No sweat. Just place your phone on mute. You got any questions or comments? Go ahead and chime in. Just say Salaki and chime in. Shalom. Shalom, Yahbashim, Yahshua, Brakatah, Joseph Battle. I see you online. Shalom. Shamar Ilathah, Bashim, Yahshua, Sister Amin. I see you online. You got that for me? Corinthians 11:3. Now I'm gonna try to speed through it. Yeah, give me 1 second. I'm gonna try to speed. I'm not trying to speed through it too much, but I'm gonna try to get through it because I do want to talk about Deborah as well. You understand? I'm gonna try to get into the spirit that Deborah had. So just go ahead and give me that verse.
The book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 11, verse 3. But I will have you know that the head of every man is Christ.
Right.
And the head of the woman is
the head of Salakia.
is the man.
Right. And it says the head of every man is Christ. So you understand, Christ is supposed to be over the man. The man has to follow Christ. This goes into the order of what I was talking about during the man class. You can't expect your household to be in order if you don't follow Christ. You understand? That's why I said not all the blame is to be on the woman. Because if your man is out doing what he want to do, you know what I mean, not regarding Christ, you know what I mean, smoking weed and, you know what I mean, doing whatever he want to do, then you can't expect a woman to be in order if he not in order. You understand? He's supposed to be the one that teach her how to get in order. So how is he supposed to expect her to act a certain way if he don't even have no morals for himself to how he should act? You know what I mean? But the head of Christ is the man. I mean, the head of man is Christ. It says the head of woman is a man. Like I said, that's why a man is supposed to teach a woman. You understand? Like, even if your woman getting all mad at you, you know what I mean? Because women are the weaker vessel. It says it in the Bible. You understand? So sometimes a woman will get emotional. And they'll, you know what I mean? They'll do things that they're not supposed to do. Or they'll say, for instance, they'll say bad things to you just to try to get you mad because they're mad. And you being a man and being over her, you're supposed to teach her. You understand? You're not supposed to want to go away and leave her and go, you know what I'm saying, and put her away and I don't want to be with her, break up with her, stuff like that in the world. You're not supposed to have that spirit on. You're supposed to understand this and not, sometimes maybe you got to argue with her, sometimes you don't argue with her, but you're supposed to help her through those problems, man. That's your duty as a man, to always help and always be there for your woman. You're not supposed to never leave your woman. You understand? Shalom, Lord Christ, who just chimed in?
Yeah, about Shem Brother Jamal.
All right, you doing all right, Jamal?
I'm Tawab, man. You good?
Yeah, I'm doing Tawab. Just place your phone on mute. Got any questions or comments? Take it off, say Salaki, and then we're going to get you in here. Keep going on that verse, though, Tavares.
And the head of Christ is God.
Right, and the head of Christ is God, you understand? Meaning there's an order. It goes from the Most High to Christ to the man to the woman to the children. And that's the order that you must follow, you understand? Thinking that you can go, like thinking if a man can think he cannot follow Christ, then you're not going to be in order. If a woman thinks she cannot follow a man, she's not going to be in order. If the children believe that they don't have to follow their parents, then nothing is going to be in order. It's going to mess up the whole order. You understand? That's the order that the Most High set up on this earth for our people. You understand? We're going to paraphrase this, or we're going to give a precept to this with Ephesians 5:22. Go to Ephesians 5:22. This will be a precept for it. You understand? Because anytime you read a Bible verse, it's always going to be another verse to back that saying up. That's why I started with the Genesis verse, because it shows you the order, and these are precepts to back up that verse. You understand? So you don't have to take my word for it. You don't think I'm just trying to be like your Christian preacher and tell you something. I'm going to give you a multiple points in the Bible to where no matter where you look in the Bible, you can always see this. You understand? This order that's set up. You got that for me? Ephesians chapter 5, verse 22.
Oh,
Go ahead.
The book of Ephesians, chapter 5, verse 22. Wives, submit yourself unto your own husbands as unto the Lord.
All right, stop right there. It says, wives, submit yourselves to your own husbands. You understand? Meaning, the reason why I say own husbands, because of some girls, some women out there in the world, they'll take pride in stealing another man, trying to steal what they call, you know what I mean, stealing another man's woman. You understand? Now, a man can have multiple wives, but you don't want to, you know what I mean, go ahead and, if you have a husband, if you have a man, you don't want to try to be getting with another man, you understand? You already have a husband. That'll be adultery. If you have a husband and you trying to get another man, or you cheating on your man, that'll be adultery. So it says you're supposed to submit yourselves to your own husbands, you understand? Anybody want to take a shot? I mean, it's pretty evident, but anybody want to take a shot at what submit means? Was that Napas? Did you chime in first? I think that was you. All right, go ahead.
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead.
To agree.
To agree, right. You understand? Yeah, no, you're right. To submit would be to agree, you understand? Like I said, sometimes it might be wicked. If it's wicked, you don't have to agree. You understand? But if it's not wicked, if what he's saying is to help out, then yes, you should submit yourself to your own husband. You understand? And as is unto the Lord. Do anybody know why it says as unto the Lord? Go ahead.
Because he's the head of both.
Because he is your Lord. You understand? So a woman thinking that she can go past a man, you understand? Like, you talking to a woman, they'll say, what's that famous line they like to say? Oh, I got a personal relationship with God. You understand? If you thinking that you gonna overtalk your man and not submit to your man, you don't know God, because he is your Lord. Your man is your Lord. You understand? It even has, it says in the Bible, even as Sarah called Abraham Lord. You understand? Your husband is your Lord. If you're a woman and you have a husband, that is your Lord. You understand? And that's why you're supposed to submit to him, because that is your Lord. You understand? Just like a man will submit to God, to the Most High, you should submit to your husband. That's why I say as unto the Lord. Keep going. Go to verse 23.
Verse 23. For the husband is the head of the wife, even as Christ is the head of the church, and he's the savior of the body.
Right. For the husband is the head of the wife, even as Christ is the head of the church. And the church will be us. You understand? The church will be the men. Christ is over the men, just as the man should be over his wife. You understand? And he is the savior of the body. Keep going. Read verse 24.
Verse 24. Therefore, as the church is subject unto Christ, so let the wives be to their own husbands in everything.
Right, and that's what it means to submit. You agreeing with your husband unto everything. Like I said, long as it's righteous. If it's wicked, if it's a sin, then you don't have to agree with it. But if it's righteous, if it's no sin, you have to agree with everything. You understand? If he want to move, move. You understand? If he want to stay where he at, stay where he at. If he want to get this new thing, you know what I mean, get this new thing. And a man, I'm going to get into it. It's another verse on it. But a man, don't think because, you know what I mean, she supposed to agree with everything that you don't do stuff for her. You know what I mean? Like, for instance, you want to always buy yourself something. Take the time out to buy her something as well. You understand? That's how it is. That's how it works. And not just, anything he say and anything he does, you know what I mean, I'm supposed to just do it and not, you know what I mean? A man's supposed to render to his husband, love his wife. You understand? So you would do stuff for her as well. You know what I mean? That's a man's duty. But right now we're talking about women. But I had to put that out there. It's not just saying a woman's supposed to serve him and do everything that he say. You know what I mean? The man is supposed to also do for her as well, to help her out, to lead her, to protect her as well. You understand? That is the duties of a man. But read that last verse one more time, verse 24.
Therefore, as the church is subject unto Christ, so let the wives be to their own husbands in everything.
Right. Therefore, as the church is subject unto Christ, so the men, once again, the church, The flock of my flock is pastors is men. You know what I mean? I'm paraphrasing. But just like the men are subjecting to Christ, so shall the woman be subject to her husband in everything. You understand? And nowhere do you get this saying that a woman is to go over a man, to act as if a man doesn't matter, to act if his authority is you know what I mean, something that you don't got to care about, or you're supposed to be over him. You understand? Like this whole notion of a woman being over a man comes from the Christian church, because the Christian church know that in the society that we live in, women most of the time have the money. And the Christian pastor want the money or they want the woman. You know what I mean? They'll commit adultery. They'll hit on your woman. You understand? And they know this, so that's why they'll put the woman over the man so they can have what they want. You understand? So they can get the money. They get the tithes. The woman, you understand, like, she got you on child support, but yet she giving all her money to the Christian pastor for tithes on Sunday. You know what I mean? That Christian pastor know this. That's why they teach for a woman to put the man out the house. You understand? To do all this stuff. If a woman put the man out the house, do you understand that you literally making yourself unprotected? You know, especially if he the father of your children. Like, women put a man out the house, right? That's the father of their children. They'll bring another man in, and that new man that they with will be molesting their children, man. And they don't care just because he paid the bills. You understand? There's multiple stuff that you can look at right now that show women putting men out the house, and the first thing the father would say is, I don't want no man around my children. You know why I say that? Because he know other men will molest his children, man. You understand? You're going to get a more wickeder man, and then now he going to be doing that, and you're going to try to pay it no mind. You understand? The man is to protect the house. You don't want to put out your protector. You understand? That makes no sense to put out your protector. You understand? But with that was a precept for what we just said. I just wanted to get that precept. Give me Colossians 3:18. We're going, you know what I mean? We're going to break down these verses today and show, you know what I mean, the role of a woman, how she should act, and how she should be in order. You understand? Give me Colossians 3:18. Anybody got any questions anybody got any questions or comments? Any questions? All right, no sweat. Go ahead.
The book of Colossians. Somebody had a question.
Oh, somebody got a question?
Yeah, Salaki, sir.
Oh, go ahead.
Is that like a form of adultery when the woman listening to the church pastor instead of her husband?
I mean, it wouldn't be a form of adultery because, put your phone on mute, put it back on mute, yeah. It wouldn't be a form of adultery for a woman to listen to a pastor, because adultery is like a sexual deviancy. You know what I mean? Adultery would actually mean sex. You understand? But it's her being out of order. You understand? It ain't got to be corrected, but it's just her being out of order. If she listened to her Christian pastor, now if she did something with the Christian pastor, then that would be adultery. You understand? But adultery would be more of an act, like, you understand, like sexual, physical attract, like, you know what I mean, physical, sexual intercourse. That's what would be adultery. So it wouldn't be adultery if she listened to him, but she would just be out of order.
Okay, come.
All right, no sweat. Give me that Colossians verse.
Oh, come. 1 second. Okay. Okay, the book of Colossians, chapter 3, verse 18. Wives, submit yourself unto your own husbands, as it is fit in the Lord.
Right, you understand? As it is fit in the Lord wants you to submit yourself to your own husband. You understand? He don't want you to be over him, trying to tell him what to do. No, he wants you to listen to him. You understand? Listen to your husband. Keep going.
Verse 19. Husbands, love your wives, and be not bitter against them.
Right, and this is why I was saying earlier, you understand? Like, a man, yes, you do have the authority of your house, but you're supposed to love your wife, you understand? And you don't be bitter towards them. Anybody knows what it means to be bitter towards your wife?
Slothful.
Go ahead.
It's basically being wicked towards your wife, or being unlawful, unlawful manner?
Well, that's not necessarily what it's talking about because you could be bitter but not be technically you could be bitter but not be necessarily sinning. Now, your house is probably not going to be how you want it to be, but you can be bitter and technically not sinning, so it wouldn't be necessarily being wickedly. Anybody else want to take a shot at what it means to be bitter towards your wife?
Salaki.
Go ahead.
Uneasy, show dislike.
Right. You understand? Like, show dislike. That's correct. Like, show dislike. Be uneven. This is what I was saying. Like, you know what I mean? You going out and you buying all the new Jordans. You know what I mean? You buying video games. You buying whatever you like, but you don't even think to get her nothing. Or, you know what I mean? You not paying her no mind. She's telling you she need help, and you just like, I don't care. You know what I mean? You want to do whatever you want to do. You're not giving regards to her. That's what it means with being bitter towards her. You understand? You're supposed to love your wife. You understand? And this is not just no one-way thing. Like, it's stuff that you got to do as well, being a man. You understand? Because some men, you know what I mean, they know that they woman a fire-breathing dragon. You know what I mean? They know she disrespectful. She yell a lot. You understand? But even though she do that, you still have a duty to help her. You know what I mean? To teach her. So you don't want to be bitter towards them. You understand? Give me 1 Timothy 2:9. Oh, go ahead. No, I heard it.
Sir, my call had dropped.
Yeah, I heard it. I figured that it was somebody call had dropped. But go to 1 Timothy 2:9. Give me 1 Timothy 2:9.
Okay, come on.
Go ahead.
The book of 1 Timothy, chapter 2, verse 9. In a manner also that women adorn themselves in modest apparel, with shamefacedness and sobriety.
Stop right there.
Not.
It says that women should be in modest apparel. You understand? Now we're going to go into how, like we was going into the order. Now we're going to go a little bit into what a woman, like the things that she should do, which is dress in modest apparel. You understand? Like, you're not supposed to be out here showing cleavage, you know what I mean? Being in tight clothes, showing all your curves. That's supposed to be for your husband. You understand? You will want to be in modest apparel, making sure you know what you put on and covering yourself, in other words. You understand? It's our custom to cover the woman, for the women to cover themselves, to not just be out there looking like a harlot. You understand? Looking like, you understand? Because when a woman will dress in like whorish, I'm just saying it right out, straight out. They'll dress in whorish clothing, and then when a man talk to them, they'll get mad. You understand? You putting yourself out there. You understand? Why wouldn't you think men ain't gonna treat you that way if they know that that's how you dressing? But if you're dressing in modest apparel, then you understand. Then there's a new approach that a man will probably have to take towards you, knowing that in his mind. So a woman's supposed to be in modest apparel. You understand? Not showing her body. Keep going.
With shamefacedness and sobriety.
Right, with shamefacedness and sobriety. Keep going.
Not with broaded hair, or gold, or pearls, or costly array.
Right, read that one more time.
In a manner also that women adorn themselves in modest apparel, with shamefacedness and sobriety, not with broaded hair, or gold, or pearls, or costly array.
Right, now does this mean, is this saying that women can't have their hair braided, they can't wear gold, and you know what I mean? Is this saying that they can't wear that? They can't, that's something that they can't do? Go ahead. Right. It's not saying that they can't do this. You understand? A woman, if you want to go get your nails done, put on makeup, braid your hair, you know what I mean, put in weave. I mean, I wouldn't suggest it, you understand? You look better without it. But if you wanted to do that, you can do that. It's just not saying that you can't look nice. You understand? That's what other fake Israelite groups teach. They teach that they woman can't look nice because down inside they probably homosexual. You know what I mean? They want their woman they want to look better than their woman. This is not saying that a woman can't look nice. You can look nice, but it's saying that this shouldn't be your main objective. You understand? You shouldn't be just thinking, oh, as long as I look good, I don't got to do nothing. That's what it's saying. Keep going.
Verse 10, but will becometh woman professing godliness with good works.
Right, meaning you should also do good works. You understand? You should also do good works. Keep going.
Verse 11, let the woman learn in silence with all subjection.
Now, anybody want to take a shot at why does it say let a woman learn in silence with all subjection? Now, you know what all subjection means. It means agreeing with everything. But why does it say she should learn in silence? The sister was first. Go ahead.
I guess not to go back and forth.
Right. That's exactly correct.
To be quiet.
No, yeah, that's exactly correct. To not go back and forth, because if you teaching a woman, you understand, like say if, you know what I mean, an officer, you got to be an officer to teach. But say if you become an officer and you start to teach. When you teaching your woman, it could be some things that she might not like. Like, for instance, I'm going to give a big example. You come across teaching you can have multiple wives. They immediately going to be like, well, no this, no that. You understand? They're going to be emotional. That's why you should learn in silence, because when you talking back, it's pretty much the devil getting into you. It's temptation. That's Satan. You understand? You're not teaching the Bible. You're teaching your feelings. And that's why she should learn it in silence, because you got to, in order for you to learn, you're going to have to be silent. You can't expect to be taught, but then you always want to talk. You understand? Like you can't expect to be able to listen to someone, take it in and learn if you always talking. You understand? You know how you be, you know what I mean, when you're talking to a woman sometimes. So like, not all women are like this, but for the most part, you know how when sometimes you're trying to tell a woman something, and then you say one thing that they don't like. It's right, it's correct, but because they don't like it, they're going to try to argue with you now. And now they're getting off the topic, and they're trying to take shots at you because they're trying to get you mad. They're trying to make you be wrong too, now that they're wrong. That's why, in order to avoid all that, women should just learn in silence. Keep going.
Let the woman learn in silence with all subjection. Verse 12. But I suffer not a woman to teach.
Right, stop right there.
Nor to.
But he says he suffers not a woman to teach. That's why she need to learn in silence. Because when she's not learning in silence, now she's going to try to teach. Now, women don't even realize that. But when you try to go back and talk back to your husband or to whoever, you know what I mean? Whoever that's over you, when you try to talk back to them, now you're teaching. You understand? Like, for instance, if a man say, we can't go to church on Sunday. You understand? But you say, well, no, this is a good church. You're trying to talk back to him. You teaching him other philosophies. You're teaching him against the Bible. Because most of the time you're going to be going against the Bible. So if you're going against the Bible, you're actually teaching. And then you're trying to usurp authority, which is going to say in the next verse. But you are now teaching. And it says, he that suffers not a woman to teach. So if you go to a Christian church, you shouldn't be going to no Christian church at all. But if you ever see a woman pastor, that's all the way wrong. You understand? A woman is not to teach the truth. A woman is not to teach anything. Because a woman, you know, not all women, but for the most part, women will get emotional when it comes to teaching truth. Like, for instance, I'm going to give an example. Say if you was a teacher and your son or your child did something wrong and there was a punishment required for them. Meaning, like, we was back in the day, your son was a homosexual or something, you know what I mean? He was supposed to be put to death. You know, a woman in authority would have so much love for her son, she would not do that. She'll make this she'll make this exception. But a man's gonna do what he gotta do. You understand? That's why a woman shouldn't be teaching. Keep going.
Nor to exalt authority over the man.
In order to usurp authority over the... Stop right there. nor to assert authority over the man. You understand? She's not to go against what the man said. Like if he say you can't, like I said, there's another example. There's the same example. If he say you can't go out, you're not supposed to say, "Well, I'm just going out with my homegirls. We ain't doing nothing," and then you go anyway. You're not supposed to usurp authority over the man. Really, what you're doing is emasculating the man. You understand? That's why you will have a man that you might deem feminine. Like when a man, what they say in the Christian church, a happy life is a happy wife. A man that does everything to please his woman is an effeminate man, and that's why you got a man that really can't protect you. And it's because you usurping authority over him. You constantly overstepping on him and act as if his role is insignificant, as if you don't need him. You understand? You never want to make a man feel like you don't need him, because then that's when you'll get a feminine man that can't protect you. You understand? Then you're putting on a masculine spirit, which is one day going to come and bite you in the ass. Salakia. You understand? That's why it's not right, but that's why a lot of women get hit. Because they have a masculine spirit on. They try to step up to a man, and the man not knowing the truth or not being in the truth ends up hitting her. You understand? Or he end up doing stuff, you know what I mean, that he shouldn't do. But she's gonna lose because she's a woman, and at the end of the day, he's a man. That's a lot of the times of why those instances happen. Like I watch them on Facebook sometimes, and sometimes you'll have like the woman getting beat up by a man, but then you can tell she just got a demon on her. But then it's like she'll go back to like as if nothing happened, or you know what I mean. She'll stay around a man constantly beating her. You know why? Because she knows she's provoking him. Now, it's not right. A man is never supposed to hit a woman. You understand? We do not teach hitting a woman. No, that's no. You never want to do that. That's wrong. That means you are weak yourself as a man. But she's definitely provoking him, like as if that's what she wants. You understand? And you're not. That's why you're not supposed to usurp authority over a man. Keep going.
But to be in silence.
All right, keep going.
Verse 13.
Yeah, go to verse 13.
Verse 13. Come. For Adam was first formed, then Eve.
Right. First Adam was formed and then Eve. You understand? That's the order. Adam was made to learn the truth and then Eve. You understand? Eve didn't come first. Adam was first. The man should always be over everything. Keep going.
Verse 14. And Adam was not deceived, but the woman being deceived was in the transgression.
Right, you understand? Because it said the woman was deceived in transgression. Another reason why the woman should not be in any type of power or authority. You understand? Not all women, but the average woman, most women can easily be deceived. You understand? Like women, and don't even look at it as, you don't even have to look at it as no wicked stuff. You understand? Think about it like when you were in the world. Every woman like a man to talk game on them, right? You understand? Now some men might be lying. They just smooth talking you. But women like that. Meaning women are easily tricked. They're easily deceived, or they're easily to just listen to somebody else. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Don't think of it like as if it's, you know what I mean? It's meant for a woman to not be deceived in a wicked way, but to listen and be wooed off by it. You understand? That's why I say the woman shouldn't be in charge, though. Because some things, somebody can come and be wickedly against you and deceive you. You understand? But for a man, you understand, a man is not easily deceived. And that's why I say a man should be over a woman. I got a quick question. We're going to go to, give me 1 Peter 3:1. But I'm gonna go to a question. How should a woman act? How should a woman act if her man is not in the truth? Like should she? Because we talking about a man in the truth. For all these verses, we going really on a man in the truth. But what about a man that's not in the truth? You understand? Like a man that's a Christian, or you know what I mean? He don't believe in the truth. He don't believe in the Bible. How should a woman act? Should she change how she acts? Should she try to teach him? Is it a difference? Right, Stephanie, that's right. You understand?
She shouldn't try to teach him. she should just keep the commandments and do what she do, and be in behavior. And he should observe her actions and see it on it.
Right. You understand? Because we got a lot of women that, they'll come into the truth, but then they'll have a man that's not in the truth. You understand? Or they'll be watching classes and understanding the truth, but then they'll have a man that's not in the truth. But then they'll try to go back to their man and be like, oh, see, there you go eating that crab again. It's saying in the Bible that you ain't supposed to be doing that. You understand? That's not the spirit that a woman's supposed to have. Or, you know what I mean? Oh, there you go celebrating Easter, you ain't supposed to be doing that. You understand? They'll try to say that. They'll try to use the truth against a man, but you're not supposed to. Even when you know the truth and he don't, you're still not supposed to use it against him. Give me 1 Peter chapter 3 and 1.
The book of First Peter, chapter 3, verse 1. Likewise, ye wives, be in subjection to your own husband.
There, stop right there. There go again. It says to be in subjection to your own husband. We done read about 5 different verses that said for a wife to be in subjection to your husband. You understand? Keep going.
That if any obey not the word, they also may without the word be won by the conversation of the wives. Right,
you understand? Stop right there. It say, read that one more time for me.
Likewise, ye wives, be in subjection to your own husbands, that if any obey not the word, they also may without the word be won by the conversation of the wives.
Right. Likewise, ye wives, be in subjection to your own husbands, that if any obey not the word, meaning your husband don't follow the word. You understand? Your husband don't believe in the truth. You understand? They also may be won without the word. You understand? Meaning that they agreeing with you and you didn't use the Bible against them. You didn't say, oh, look, you're going against the Bible. You ain't doing this. You ain't doing that. Or you supposed to be doing this. No, just by you obeying him, by you being humble and meek. You understand? Like a lot of women like to express their power. Because women have a lot of power. You know what I mean? Whether y'all believe it or not, women have a lot of power. You can look in some of the women as in the Bible that did great things. You understand? It's not to say women can't do great things because she's got to be in subjection. Women can do great things. We got multiple women like Judith, you understand, Ruth, great woman, Deborah, which I'm going to try to get into. Women did great things, but their spirit wasn't, oh, I'm strong and I can be, you know what I mean, an independent woman. Or I'm a better than a man, or I don't need no man. That wasn't the spirit that they came in. And that's why it's saying being humble, being meek, being quiet. You understand? Like a man that's not in the truth, he probably used to arguing this, that, and the stuff, and the third. So you start to come to him in a meek and a humble way. You understand? You're not arguing with him. Like for instance, say if he said, "I want crab," I'm sorry, Lord, I can't give you crab because it's against the Bible, but I can cook you this. You know what I mean? Or you know what I mean? He just by observing you, he's going to be like, well, what in the hell is she in that got her respecting me so much? Like a man will love a woman that just respects him. And he will want to do more. Rather than, oh, you ain't nothing, you ain't, you know what I mean, you ain't shit, Salaki, you ain't this, you ain't that, you know what I mean? You know a woman trying to beat a man up. Oh, go out and do this, you don't do nothing, you just sit on your ass all day. Like, men don't want to hear that. But if you start to be nice and meek and humble with him, it'll go a long way. You'll get him to do things that you want to do. You understand? Just being nice. You understand? Read that from the top again.
Like ye wives, be in subjection to your own husbands, that if any obey not the word, they also may without the word be won by the conversation of the wives.
Right, they're won by the conversation of the wives, by how you're acting. You understand? How you're talking to them. You're talking to them nice. You know what I mean? That's how you're going to win the conversation. Not by trying to usurp authority or challenge him. Don't challenge him. Just talk to him nice. He'll listen. Trust me, he'll listen. Especially if he used to arguing. And sometimes you just come to him, well, this, that, and the third, you know what I mean? You come to him in a soft, nice voice. Oh, he'll listen. You know what I mean? Keep going. Go to the next verse.
Verse 2. While they behold your chaste conversation coupled with fear.
Right. They beholding your chaste conversation. They looking at how you talk, and it's putting fear in them because they like, what the hell? Why the hell is she being so nice? Now they looking at, well, what is she in? She did say she joined I.S.U.P.K, and she started acting like this is what they made her. Now he gonna want to join. He like they got to be doing something right if they made her. You know what I mean? They made her better than whatever I had before she joined them. You know what I mean? But when we was in the world, we used to argue about the little things. Now she don't even argue no more. Like she just talked to me so nice. It puts fear in him because he's like, well, now I need to do something. Now it's not both of us no more. It's me. I'm messing up. You understand? Keep going.
Verse 3. Whose adorn let it not be that outward adorn of planting the hair and of wearing of gold or putting on of apparel.
Right. And that's like I said, and this is a precept for that last verse. It doesn't mean you can't plait your hair. You understand? You can't wear gold earrings and have a nice apparel on. You can. But it's saying, let it not be that outward adorning or plaiting of hair and a wearing of gold and a putting of apparel. Meaning, don't let that be all that you have. You understand? Don't let that be all that you bring to the table. You understand? Like women now in this world, they think that just because they look good, they deserve everything. They don't have to do nothing. They can sit on their ass, Salakia, and not do anything and have a man, you understand, do everything for them. Like in their mind, they value a man based off of how much he make. You understand? Like if you make this certain amount, then okay, you're a good man. Knowing that they don't make nothing themselves. They don't do nothing themselves. You understand? They Instagram model. You know what I mean? All they do is post pictures on Instagram all day. You know what I mean? Or they on social media all day and don't do anything. Don't let that be you. You understand? Bring something to the table. Keep going.
Verse 4. But let it be hidden. But let it be the hidden man of the heart, and that which is not corruptible, even the ornament of a meek and quiet spirit.
Stop right there.
Which is in.
Right. It says, of a meek and quiet spirit. You understand? Even silence is just something great. Not hearing a woman argue all the time, you know what I mean, bitch, Salakia all the time, is very great for a man to hear. So, you know what I mean? A silent woman is really great. You understand? It says in the Bible, if you got a silent woman, you got a treasure. You understand? Like a silent woman is something great. You know what I mean? That doesn't mean that you got to always be quiet. You can't never talk. But it's more so like you're not arguing. You're not fussing. You're not trying to challenge him. You're not trying to go against him. You're not trying to start problems. You understand? Like some women, they're so angry, they'll start small little problems with you for no reason. You know what I mean? Like, I done heard a lot. You know what I'm saying? I heard a lot of stuff. Like, for instance, the TV's on low. And a woman will come down and say, this TV is too low, turn it up. And they upstairs, they're not even watching it. You understand? Like, they'll find a small thing to argue about. You know what I mean? Just because they might be frustrated with their life. That's why sometimes just being quiet is something great. Keep going.
Which is in the sight of God of great price.
Right, which is in the sight of God a great price, meaning it's something to be valued. You understand? It's something to hold value. That's what it means to be in the sight of God as a great price. You understand? Keep going.
Verse 5. For after this manner in the old time, the holy woman also, who trusted in God, adorned themselves and being suggestion to their own husband.
Right. This is how the woman was of old times. Deborah was this type of woman. You understand? This is the type of woman that Deborah was. A lot of people like to latch on to Deborah. You understand? She was in subjection to her own husband, being righteous, not usurping authority, acting as if she's better than him or greater than him or mightier than him. You understand? Read verse 6.
Shalom. Even as Sarah obeyed Abraham, called him Lord, whose daughters ye are
Stop
as
right
long
there.
as ye do well.
All right, stop right there. It says, even as Sarah obeyed Abraham, calling him Lord. Just like how it said in the previous verses, your husband is your Lord. And even as Sarah has obeyed Abraham, she called him Lord. You understand? Whose daughters ye are, as long as you do well. Meaning, you were supposed to be the daughters of Sarah. So that's how you would want to act. How she act towards Abraham, calling him Lord. You understand? Not going over him, not acting as if your man don't mean nothing. He's a piece of crap. You know what I mean? Kicking him out the house, putting him on child support. All these things you're not supposed to do to a man. It really just destroys your own house. You understand? That's why your son grows up homosexual or sweet. Your daughter grows up being a whore, twerking because she saw you twerk. You understand? This is what you do when you pluck the man up out your house. When you kick him, when you try to be over the man, when you usurp authority over a man. Just look at your children. Just look at what's going on in the world. You understand? This action is not benefiting us. This is destroying us as a people. You can just look and turn on your TV, go on Facebook. Social media will show you this is the cause of no order in the house. You understand? This is why we do the things that we do. Have your son outside getting shot. Now, yes, he might be innocent. But if he's in the truth, if he know the truth, that won't happen to him. You understand? When you send him out there to be in the world and you ain't give him no knowledge, you don't have a father that taught him how to be a man, that's the stuff that happens. You understand? And that's why you have to be in order, because this is the only way we're going to fix our household. It's the only way we're going to fix the conditions that we in. You understand? A lot of children these days say they grow up without no father, right? You understand? So you would think that if a mom knows best, right, and she kicked them out, why did we have a lot of brothers murdering each other? You understand? Because they didn't have a father. That's why. Because the man wasn't there in their lives. You understand? That's the reason why they're doing the things that they do. Not because, you know what I mean, you was just a great mom. No, a woman can't do it by herself. So I'm just, you know what I mean? A lot of people like to what? They in the world, they celebrate their mother on what, Father's Day and Mother's Day. Oh, she did everything, you know what I mean? But if you look at how you are, I can tell she didn't do enough. You understand? You're not a man. You understand? And you can't blame a woman. A woman ain't going to be able to teach a son how to be a man. You just not. You don't know how to be a man. You understand? So that's why they need their fathers, man. That's why we need to be in order. That's why a black household is something special. In other words, you understand? If you think that I'm trying to bash women, no, I'm just showing you how great it is to have a black household. A black, in order, correct household. You understand? You'll be provided for, you'll be protected. You understand? You don't have to worry about nothing. Like the women think it's so great to just be independent and by themselves. But isn't it sometimes great for a woman to, like, say somebody, like a man tried her, don't let me go get my husband, and you know he put fear in other people's heart. Like, when you feel just special about being able to say that, rather than you trying to handle problems yourself and then you get knocked out, like, that's what happens. You understand? I've seen so many videos of women getting hit because, like I said, they put themselves in a man place. They think they the father and the mother, and something bad happens to them that shouldn't. You understand? Rather than just say, go get your husband and have him handle it for you. You understand? That's his role. That's something that he should be proud to do too. You're going to make him feel like more of a man going back and getting him. I can't do this. You come do this for me, please. He'll feel like much of a man doing that. He'll realize that he has a role to play. You understand? So that's what it say. As Sarah obeyed Abraham, calling him Lord, so that's how you should be. You understand? You should be calling your man Adawan. You understand? Your husband, that's who you should be calling Adawan. That's your Lord. He's the one that's over you. You understand? We're going to go into Proverbs 31. Everybody's favorite verse. We're going to show what the word virtuous means. This is every woman's favorite verse. They believe that they are a Proverbs 31 woman. They believe that they are virtuous. So we're going to go into Proverbs 31. Give me Proverbs 31 and chapter 31 and verse 10. Because if you just read 31 and 10, you'll think, oh well, I'm a ruby, I'm a virtuous woman, I'm good. But if you continue to read, it shows you what it means to be a virtuous woman. Like that's what I don't understand. Everybody believe they're a virtuous woman, but did you read all the things that it said after that verse of how to be a virtuous woman? And do you do them? Or do you think you're just a good person and so you're virtuous? Read that for me.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 31, verse 10. Who can find a virtuous woman? For her price is far above rubies.
Right, you understand? Who can find a virtuous woman for her price is far above rubies? Meaning, if everybody thought they was a Proverbs woman, then why would it say who can find one? Wouldn't we be finding one everywhere? Wouldn't there be one just, turn around the corner? There you go, there you go. You understand? It says who can find one, meaning that they're rare. And it says her price is far above rubies. Like rubies is expensive. You understand? Its value is what it's talking about is its value. You understand? Rubies have a high value. So is a virtuous woman. She has a high value. But who can find one? You understand? So that lets you know off rip that 9 times out of 10, Salakia, I apologize, but if you're saying that you're a virtuous woman, especially if you're not in the school, it's something that you should work toward. Don't feel bad because you're not, because that doesn't mean that you're not righteous. But it's something to work for. You know what I mean? It's something that you should look at and you should aim to do. You understand? But it says right here, who can find one? Keep going.
Verse 11. The heart of her husband doth safely trust in her, so that he shall have no need of spoil.
Right, you understand? Her husband does safely dwell in her. Why does it say so he should have no need for spoil? This will give you the context of one of the main things a virtuous woman does. Why does it say so he should have no need for spoil? Now, first you have to look at what a spoil is. And then why won't he need to spoil?
That's luck here.
Go ahead.
Basic to discard her or put her away.
No, that's not
or
what it's talking
destroy
about.
her.
No, that's not what it's talking about. Anybody else want to take a shot?
Lucky.
Go ahead.
Is he talking about her mindset as far as worrying about her going astray or doing something she ain't got no business doing?
Well, that would be the first part. That'd be part of him safely trusting in her, but not in this context. You could throw that in there, but not in this context. You have to look at it like when you're looking at this context, you have to literally look at the part where it say, her heart of her husband does safely trust in her, but this part right here, so that he shall have no need of spoil. Anybody knows what spoil means? Like if you were to spoil someone, what are you doing? Go ahead.
It's like good type of stuff.
Right, so if I were to spoil you, what would I be doing? Now a lot of people think of it.
Robbing you.
Yeah, exactly. I'll be robbing you. Like a lot of people like to be like, oh, I spoil my daughter. I mean, I give her everything. That's not what spoil means. To spoil someone is to rob them. You understand? Now, why does it say, so he shall have no need to spoil?
Lucky.
Go ahead.
Meaning he wouldn't need all that other extra stuff because he got her and everything's everything.
Right. She's providing for him. You know what I mean? He don't need to go out and rob somebody just so the family can eat that night. Because he does safely trust in his wife. His wife goes out and do it, which just gives you a context of what virtuous mean. Virtuous doesn't mean good. It's a skill set. You understand? To be virtuous is to have skills. That's what the word virtuous means, is abilities. What can you do? You understand? That's why he's safely trusting her, because he knows that she has abilities. She has skills. So he don't need to go out spoiling, because she's going to provide it. You understand? Keep going.
Verse 12, she will do, she will do him good and not evil all the days of her life.
Right. She will do him good and not evil all the days of her life. As long as she lives, she will always be good to him. She will always help him, provide for him if he needs it. You know what I mean? That doesn't mean a man don't got to go out and work. If a man want to do that, he can do that. Sometimes a man make more money. That's what he can do. You know what I mean? Sometimes a woman makes more money. Why not make him more money? You understand? Especially when he's in the truth. He's raising up other brothers. He's raising up other people in the truth to build this nation. Why not help him? Why not make it easier for him? You understand? Why not do good to him and not evil all your days of your life? Keep going. This is going, hold on. This is going to get more direct into what I was saying, which is to be virtuous is to have skill sets. What can you do? You understand? What do you bring to the table? Because a lot of women, they'll think that just because they look good, you know what I mean, they're a virtuous woman. No. You understand? A lot of women nowadays, like I said, they like to value a man based off of how much he makes. Well, what about you? How much do you make? You understand? Go ahead with that, verse 13.
She seeketh wool and flax and worketh willingly with her hands.
Oh my goodness! I thought I could have sworn I was wrong about this. It says she does what? She do what? What does she do?
She seeketh wool and flax and worketh willingly with her hands.
She seeketh wool and flax and worketh willingly with her hands. She's putting in work. She's doing something. If a woman can't teach, you know what? She's going to work and getting bread and bringing it back home and giving it to her husband. You understand? She has skill sets. She's helping him. That's what it means to be a helpmeet. Wouldn't that be a helpmeet? Now, he's the man. He's supposed to be the breadwinner. He's supposed to, you know what I mean? Maybe you got a job that make more than him. You know what I mean? Why don't you make the money and bring it home? You understand? This is what a virtuous woman is. Keep going. Verse 14.
Verse 14, she is like the merchant's ships. She bringeth her food from afar.
What does it mean to be like a merchant ship? For time's sake, I'll say it. To be like a merchant ship means she has value. You understand? She's out there making money, and just like a merchant ship you will be buying and selling. You understand? Meaning you pretty much making a revenue. You getting money. She's like a merchant ship, and she bringing from food from afar. Meaning she's going out there working hard. That is one of the main things of a virtuous woman. Working and providing. You understand? That's why if you never watch General Muhammad, he tells the woman is to pay the damn tithes. Especially in this society, we know the woman that got lifted up over the man to where, you know what I mean, a lot of times women are making more money than the men. Sadly to say. That's the white man. Because he knows that if a woman makes more money than a man, then she can beat him down because she makes more money. You understand? She can put him below her because she's the one making more money. She can feel like she's an authority. I'm the man of the house. I wear the pants because I make all the money. But according to being a virtuous woman, that's what you should do. But you should also still say he's the man, he's the pants, and you giving him the money. You understand? Keep going. No, actually stop right there. Actually stop right there. I don't want to get all the way over into Proverbs, but you know what I mean? I just wanted to touch on that. That's what a virtuous woman is. You out there doing what you got to do. Like, if you think about it, a man has to teach. You know what I mean? He has to teach. We go out the street. We protect our lives. We put our lives on the line when we go out to camp on Saturdays. It's a lot of stuff that we do. You understand? What does that mean? A woman just supposed to sit at home and watch TV all day? No. You understand? Go get a job, work, help out, whatever. If maybe he don't need you to work. Maybe a man makes so much money he don't need you to work, but still keep the house clean. You understand? Take care of the children. You know what I mean? Cook. Every time you come home, have a meal prepared. Do something. Make his garments. If you got so much time on your hand, find out how to make garments, how to braid hair. You know what I mean? Do that for him. You understand? Do something. Have some type of skill set. Don't just be saying, I look good and I got vagina. That's it. You know what I mean? A man can find that anywhere. But that's what women nowadays do out in this world. You understand? That's all they value. I look good, I got vagina, that's it. Do everything for me. But that's not what the Bible says. That's not how you're supposed to act. That's a Jezebel spirit acting like that. You understand? I'm trying to get into this Deborah. Let me see. Yeah, I'll be able to. I'll have some time. Give me Titus 2 and 3. I'll have some time. I'm gonna try to speed through these next 3 verses, and then I'm gonna try to get into Deborah. Give me Titus 2 and 3 and 5. 3 through 5.
Okay. The book of Titus, chapter 2, verse 3. The aged woman likewise, that they'll be in behavior as becoming holiness, not false accusers, not giving too much wine, teachers of good things.
Right, you understand? They're supposed to be right. No, stop right there. They're supposed to be teachers of good things, not giving too much wine, and not false accusers. You understand? The reason why I say not false accusers because a woman typical mentality when she get into an argument is to start false accusing. That like that's where you get the whole woman's intuition. Like, you know, a woman will say she knows something, right? And then she'll tell you, and it'll be wrong, but you'll be like, well, how you know that? Maybe you entertain it. How you know that? It's my woman intuition. I got that feel like as if they got like some type of spider tingling senses. You understand? Like that's how a woman act. They know they just know something. It's their intuition. You understand? But really, it's you being a false accuser and you justifying it. You trying to get your husband angry. That's what that is. You don't know what the hell you talking about, but you feel like you got some type of spiritual connection that this my mother's into it. No, you just being a false accuser. That's why I say don't be a false accuser because that's one of the main tendencies of a woman. You understand? Especially when she's not in the world. When she get angry, she'll just start to false accuse, make up stuff, lie. You understand? But it say not given to wine. We also know the main thing that a woman in the world that's an independent woman like to do when they don't got no man, what they do? They work their job, they make all their money, they come home, they drink wine, and they mess with their toys. Salakia. That's like a known thing. That's what women do. You know what I mean? But you're not supposed to because your wine is really making you worse. You think all I need is my wine and my toy. No, you need a man. But you just so damn bitter. You just so damn monsterly, you understand, a dragon that no man want to be with you. You understand? That's why you don't have a man. Because of your attitude. You understand? But that's why I say not giving too much wine and teachers of good things. Keep going.
Okay. Verse 4. They may teach the young women to be sober, to love their husbands, to love their children.
Right, and so because you need to teach your daughters how to be sober. You understand? Not be drunk and rambling, but be in order. You understand? That don't mean that you can't drink. You can drink, but don't be drunk. You understand? That's what it means to be sober. You still in your right mind. You're not drinking to the point to where you blacking out or, you know what I mean, you doing all this nonsense. You know what I mean? You got the liquor courage. You understand? To love their husbands, because that's one of the main things that they need to do. Not kicking your husband out. Now, it starts with the woman teaching their daughter this. Teaching them to love their husband, to be in subjection to their husband, to respect their husband. Not thinking that they can go over them. And teaching their children. You understand? Teaching them to love their children. Because a lot of women, and even now today, they don't love their children. Like, they might act like they do, But I'm seeing more and more people like just tired of their children. They hate their children. They don't want to be with their children. Anytime they can get to like hand their children over to somebody else so they can do whatever they want, that's what they want to do. You understand? Like that's something that I just don't understand. How can you have children but then you hate them? Are you jealous against your children? Like there's one video where they had where the girl, the daughter, went to her mom and said the new boyfriend was touching on her. You understand? And she talking about something. That's because you walking around in these skinny shorts and you trying to overstep me and you trying to take my man and like how could you hate like your daughter coming to you telling her that she don't want this, he touching her. It's like he molesting her. But then you so angry at your daughter that you thinking that, you know what I mean, you hate her pretty much. So you like, oh, you trying to steal my man and this, that, and the third. That's what happens when you grow up in a household and a woman don't have a man there or, you know what I mean, she drinking too much or she an independent woman. To 9 times out of 10 you're gonna teach your daughter how to be a whore. You understand? That's just the truth. Or you're gonna teach her, you're gonna hate your daughter and you're not gonna, you know what I mean, you're gonna always be beefing with her or jealous of her. You understand? Doing things out of spite. You don't even realize it, but you jealous or you trying to live your life. Even when women try to live their life through their daughters, that's a sign of jealousy. You understand? Like, don't be that. That's not how you're supposed to be. Keep going. Is that it on that? No, go to verse 5. Yeah, go to verse 5.
Verse 5, to be discreet, chaste, keepers at home, good, obedient to their own husbands, that the word of God would not be blasphemed.
Right, you understand?
I mean, blasphemed.
You know, sweat. Right, to be discreet, watching what you do, to be chaste, watching what you say. You understand? Keepers at home, keeping your house where there be, if you don't need to work, you making sure it's clean, you know, everything is nice, or if you working and you keeping your home, you understand? Either one, depending on your husband. I mean, maybe both of y'all work. But you doing what you can to keep your house good. You understand? To keep your house protected. You understand? And be obedient to your own husbands, meaning you serving them. You're not a servant. You're not like, don't think of you like you a slave to him. No. You understand? But you serving him. You helping him out. You there for him. You know what I mean? That's what you're supposed to be doing. And that's what you're supposed to teach your daughters to do. You understand? With that, we're gonna give to this is gonna be a precept to this verse, which is 1 Timothy 5 and 10. This will be a precept to this verse.
Okay. So are you ready for the verse?
Yeah, go ahead.
The book of 1 Timothy, chapter 5, verse 10, well reported for good works. If she have brought up children, if she have logged strangers, if she have washed the saints' feet, if she relieved the afflicted, if she have diligently followed every good work.
Right, you understand? A woman will want to be well reported, and it will be accounted for by if she brought up the children, if she taught her children right, you understand, in order, you understand, and the reason why you know how to teach your children is because you listen to your husband. So you understand, you pretty much like how it was back in the day. Like if the dad wasn't home and the child did something bad, she like, well, you know you shouldn't be doing that because your father figure out, you know what I mean? Like you trying to correct him before he get punishment. That's how you teach your children. You know your father don't agree with this. You understand? Don't be doing this because if he get home, I'm gonna let him know, and they know that once he knows, I'm gonna get disciplined. You understand? You stopping it before it even get to there because you teaching them how to you know what I mean, how to act, what they should be doing. You understand? That's one of a woman's role, to teach the children. You understand? See if they have launched strangers. You know what I mean? If you was helping out the strangers, people, your brothers, obviously, of your nation, see if you was helping them out, doing what you can to help them. You understand? That's something else you're going to be judged on. If she washed the saints' feet. Now, you don't have to look at this as literally washing feet, but like you're doing for them, you helping them. You understand? Like, you know what I mean? So maybe you can cook and bring it for Sabbath. I mean, yeah, for Sabbath and for camp after they go out after the brothers go out for camp. You understand? Doing things like that, or braiding hair, making garments. You understand? Relieving the afflicted if she diligently followed every good work. You understand? That's how a woman would want to be. That's how a virtuous woman would be. You understand? They say in the back, if you go back to Proverbs, it goes back to the I'm paraphrasing, but Proverbs 31 to say the virtuous woman, the husband is known. You understand? The husband is known based off of his woman. You know what I mean? You such a good woman. You're a virtuous woman that they'll be like, oh, that's such and such wife. You know what I mean? That's you know what I mean. Whatever the brother name is, that's his wife. You understand? Or you know what I mean? That's the husband of what you call him. I know he gotta be good because his wife's so good. You know what I mean? Like you making your husband look good because you so good. And they like, well, she gotta have a good husband because that's how good she is. You know what I mean? He had to be teaching her something. Give me we gonna get this. Yeah, we're gonna get this last verse. Give me 1 Corinthians 11:9. Then we're gonna go into Deborah. I'm gonna have time for that. Just run down Deborah real quick. Give me First Corinthians 11:9. You got that for me?
Oh, Slocky, call. The book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 11, verse 9. Neither was the man created for the woman, but the woman for the man.
Right, you understand? The man was not created for the woman. The woman was created for the man. I just wanted to bring that out there so you could put that in your precept book. You understand? So, you understand? Woman not supposed to be looking at a man as if, you know what I mean, useless. If he don't, you know what I'm saying, got a job or, you know what I mean? Go ahead.
First of all, I'm going to be stepping out like for about 1 or 2 minutes.
All right, no sweat. No sweat. I'm gonna have brother Dante, young man Dante. You there?
Another one come.
You got your sword on you? You got your sword on you, Dante? All right, yeah. I'm gonna have you take over and read. I'm gonna have you take over and read for me. But 1 Corinthians 11:9, it says that a woman was created for the man, not the man for the woman. This is something that women need to understand. You understand? He wasn't created for you. You know what I mean? To you know what I mean? You was created to help him. That's how Eve was created. Like if you can even go back to Adam and Eve. You understand? It was Adam and then it was Eve. You understand? It wasn't Eve and then Adam. So a man's supposed to be bending over doing everything for a woman. How about you help him? You understand? But we're going to go into Deborah right now. Give me Judges chapter 4:1. We're going to go into Deborah because a lot of Christians, if you haven't, I don't know if you may have heard it before or you know somebody who do it, but a lot of Christians like to use Deborah to say, okay, because she was a judge. So during the time of the judges, that was when you know what I mean, they pretty much all the judges brought them out of captivity. You understand? Like there would be a time period where we had a judge and they would be over Israel, and then you know what I mean, we would be good. But then when the judge died or something like that, we would go into captivity because we started going off doing whatever we wanted to do, and then you know what I mean, he would have to raise up another judge to take us out of captivity. So that's like the whole book of Judges is like us going in and out of captivity. You know what I mean? And the judges is the ones that's bringing us out. But a lot of people like to use judges, you know what I mean, as a means to say, oh, well, Deborah was a judge, so I could be in rulership. I could be in, you know what I mean? Like, that's mainly what they're saying, you understand? If you ever hear a woman bring out, oh, I'm like Deborah, it's really she wants authority over men. You know what I mean? She want to be in some type of powership. And I can tell you right now, if you a woman or if a woman, you know what I'm saying, you watching this class, if you ever was like that, if you ever was like, well, I'm Deborah, 9 times out of 10, you actually Jezebel. You know what I mean? Salakia, but that's just the truth. You understand? Because you really don't know the spirit of Deborah. So we're going to go into Judges real quick and break down the spirit of Deborah that she had before we end the class. You got Judges start at verse 1, 4 and 1.
Judges chapter 4, verse 1. And the children of Israel again did evil in the sight of the Lord when Ehud was dead.
Right, so Ehud was the previous judge. And when he died, the children of Israel started to do evil again. You understand? In front of the Lord. Keep going.
Verse 2. And the Lord sold them into the hand of Jabin, king of Canaan, that reigned in Hazor, and the captain of whose host was Sisera, which dwelt in Arosheth of the Gentiles.
Yep. You understand? So because we did evil, we went to captivity. You understand? Nothing new. That's what we always did. That's why we in captivity now, because we did evil in the sight of the Lord. You understand? We were sold into slavery. But just like then, we always, like, the thing that you know about Israel, we always was going in and out of captivity. Because there'll be a time we'll do right, then we'll start to do evil again, go into captivity. All the way up until this point of the time, which is just going to be our last captivity. But you understand, they were sold to the hands of Jabin, king of Canaan. You understand? And who was his captain of his host, the captain of his army, was Sisera. You understand? Keep going. Go to the next verse.
Judges chapter 4, verse 4. And Deborah, a prophetess.
Oh, no, it'll be verse 3.
Lapidus. Oh, you want verse 3?
Yeah, give me verse 3.
And the children of Israel cried unto the Lord, for he had 900 chariots of iron. In 20 years he mightily oppressed the children of Israel.
Right, he had, and they cried because they was in captivity and they seen how powerful he was. He said he had 900 chariots of iron, so not wooden chariots, you know what I mean, but of iron. So if you can relate that to nowadays, it would be like a martial law. Like when they do martial law and you got tanks rolling down your neighborhood. You understand? Constant tanks, like that iron just rolling down your neighborhood. Think about it like that. You know what I mean? We started seeing tanks rolling down. We're going to be like, man, Lord, get us up out of here. We're going to start crying. You understand? Keep going.
And Deborah, a prophetess, the wife of Lapidus, she judged Israel at the time.
Right. It says, and Deborah, a prophetess. You understand? Anybody know what a prophetess is? Nobody know what a prophet. Yeah, go ahead.
A female seer.
You said a female what?
Seer. S-E-E-R. Seer.
What is that? Let me see. What's that? What does that mean? I ain't gonna lie. What does that mean?
It's like being able basically to tell what's to come.
Right, to prophesy. Right, that what you saying to prophesy, right?
Yeah, female.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, right, exactly. She was a female prophet. She was able to prophesy. Right, that's exactly right. You understand? That's what a prophetess, because we know a prophet is a teacher. That would be a male. Women ain't allowed to teach. We just read. So a prophetess would be someone who was able to tell the things to forecome, who was able to prophesy. You understand? Yes, there is female prophets that prophesy. But one thing you need to know, which we're going to read to, is when females get prophecies, they don't go out to the people and tell the people. They go to the king. They go into the man that's in charge. That's one of the first marks you can mark off by a woman wanting to be in charge. Because even though they have this prophecy, they go to a man, and then the man is the one that tells the people. They don't tell the people. The woman does not control the people. But keep going.
Verse 5. And she dwelt under the palm tree of Deborah between Ramah and Bethel and Mount Ephraim. And the children of Israel came up to her for judgment.
Right. It says she dwelt under the palm tree. You understand? What is that? What is that signifying that she dwelt under a palm tree? Anybody knows what that's signifying? Like, what does it mean she dwelt under a palm tree?
Salakia.
Go ahead.
She had someone over her.
No, it's more simpler than that. For time's sake, I'm gonna just say it is more simpler than that. It's really literal, meaning like she dwelt under a palm tree. Meaning, first of all, you have to look at it. She didn't sit on no throne. Like, cause a lot of women look at Deborah and they thinking that she was in rulership. She was a judge, like she was a Judge Judy, sitting in the chair in her courtroom and smacking a gavel or gavel. Yeah, gavel. I think that's what it's called. Smacking a gavel and giving out punishments. Like as if she was in some type of authority. No, it said she was dwelling under a palm tree, which shows that she was calm. You know what I mean? And then it said that, and the people of Ephraim, they came up to her. Because you know what? They knew to find her under this tree. Meaning she always sat under this tree. And that's what they knew to go to if they need wisdom. You understand? Like there's a song that's back in the day that went out when it was talking about the woman sitting under the tree and she was giving out wisdom. You understand? That's the spirit of Deborah. Not on no gaveling, no chair, no authority throne, judging and giving punishments, but giving people wisdom. They will come up to her like it's like your old grandma. You understand? Like, you know what I mean? You would go to your old grandma and she lived her life, so she'll be able to give you some type of wisdom so you don't go through the same thing or so you'll know better. You understand? That'll be like Deborah. Not no lieutenant, no captain, no general. No, someone who just was a wise woman that people went to because she knew the law. You understand? Keep going.
Another one come. Verse 6. And she sent and called Barak, the son of Abinadab, out of Kadesh Naphtali, and said unto him, Have not the Lord God of Israel commanded, saying, Go and draw toward Mount Tabor, and take with thee 10,000 men of the children of Naphtali and of the children of Zebulun?
Right, you understand? And this is what she did with her prophecy. She went to Barak. She went to the man that was over Israel. Like I said, a lot of people look at Deborah as she conquered or she was a ruler of the army, a general of the army, leading them into battle. That's a bunch of nonsense because she went to Barak to do that. She did, like, if she was a prophetess, if she was like how people think, why would she need to go to Barak? Wouldn't she just go to the people and say, "Look, we about to go to war. Get your armor, get your swords together. We going to war." Why would she need to go to Barak? Because Barak was the commander over the army. He was the one that was over them. You understand? And she told them what prophecy, meaning, didn't the Lord tell you to do this? You understand? And it's not like coming to him like, oh, you don't, like, because a lot of women that say they Deborah, they'll tell a man, oh, you ain't, you know what I mean? You ain't shit. You should get you a weak nigga. You understand? You don't do nothing. You need to go fight for me. Da-da-da. No, she came to him and said, didn't the Lord, you know what I mean? Having the Lord said this, meaning it's really encouragement. Because they was discouraged to do it. So she like, the Lord is with you. You know what I mean? She reminded him, the Lord is with you. This is something that the Lord want to do. You gonna have the strength to be able to do it. Because if you know about the armies of Canaan, they were like mighty men. Like that's where you get Goliath from. Like they were strong men. You know what I mean? They were something that if you played around with them, they'll kill you. They'll cut your head off. You know what I mean? It'll get disgusting out there. But she was able to give them encouragement. Because that's the type of spirit that she have. Keep going.
Another one come, verse 7. And I will draw unto thee to the river Ishan Sisera, the captain of Jabin's army, with his chariot and his multitude, and I will deliver him into thine hand.
Right, you understand? He's telling him that he will draw to Kishan Sisera and the captain of their host and his army into Barak. He's going to deliver them into his hands. Meaning, if she was the general, if she was the, you know what I mean, how everybody trying to make it seem like Deborah was the judge, she was the one in command. Why didn't she just say they would deliver him to my hands? She said Barak, they gonna deliver him into your hands. The Lord will deliver him into your hands, not mine. You know what I mean? If she had that spirit of I'm the warrior, I'm the leader of this army, I'm the captain, I'm the general, why did she not say, and he's going to deliver him into my hand? Get up, let's go, and the Lord going to deliver him into my hands. No, she said, Barak, they're going to deliver him into your hands. Give a reference to a man. You understand? Deborah is not what you think it is, Christian woman. It's not. She's not no one that was just in charge calling shots. She was in rulership. I mean, she was in subjection to her husband and to men. You understand? Allowing them, telling the men this, going to the men. You understand? She's not doing it on her own. Keep going.
Another one come, verse 8. And Barak said unto her, If thou wilt go with me, then I will go. But if thou wilt not go with me, then I will not go.
Right, and this even is a bigger cut to that. You understand? He said to her, if you would go with me. So the only reason why she went is because Barak asked her. Like, people sitting here thinking that she led them into battle. She was a general. She didn't. She wasn't even going to go. But Barak asked her to go. Because why? Because she was there encouraging him. That's what if you try to be a Deborah, encourage your man. Strengthen your man. That's what you should be doing. Not thinking that you in rulership, you rule the army, you over him. That's going to discourage him. That's the spirit of Deborah, to encourage the men. You understand? You making him feel good about what he's doing. You understand? If he gets down sometimes, you know the Lord with you. You know, y'all ain't never lost a battle. Y'all the I.S.U.P.K. Y'all got to push this truth. Like, we not going to learn it without y'all. We need you. You understand? Encourage him. If you really want to be a Deborah, you want to have that spirit, encourage your man. Don't act like you over him. That's the spirit of Deborah. Keep going.
Another one come, verse 9. And she said, I will surely go with thee. Notwithstanding, the journey that thou takest shall not be for thine honor. For the Lord shall sell Sisera into the hand of a woman. And Deborah arose and went with Barak to Kadesh.
Right, and she said, and the Lord shall deliver him not to thy hand, meaning not Barak's hands, but unto a woman. Meaning Sisera. Sisera should be delivered, meaning he should be killed, not by Barak, but by a woman. Now, if she was the captain, if she was, like I said, I'm going to keep saying this, because this is really what people think. If she was the captain of the rulership, why didn't she say that he's going to deliver him in my hand? But she said another woman, meaning she didn't even take credit for it. She people trying to look at it as if she's the one that was controlling the army and the army was strong as hell because she was in it. You know what I mean? Looking at her, it's like she's some type of Amazon. But she didn't even take credit for it. You know, she said another woman was going to be delivered, the sister was going to be delivered into, which, as I'm saying, women can do great things, but they will have to be in order. You understand? Keep going.
Another one come. And Barak called Zebulun and Naphtali to Kadesh, and he went up with 10,000 men at his feet, and Deborah went up with him.
Right. Barak was the one to gather the men, as I said, and get the army together, not her. She only came because he asked, because he needed encouragement. Everybody knew that she was the wise one. You understand? She was wise. You understand? She was a prophetess. The Most High gave her visions. So, of course, he wanted her there to encourage him. That's what a woman can do. It's something powerful. Being sweet and encouraging is something powerful. That's a skill all in itself. You understand? Just to have a woman have that and do that, that's just something powerful. That's just something great. You know what I mean? Keep going.
Another one come, verse 11. Now Heber the Kenite, which was of the children of Habab, the father-in-law of Moses, has severed himself from the Kenites and pitched his tent unto the plain of Zaaniam, which is by Kadesh.
Right, keep going.
Verse 12. And they shewed Sisera that Barak the son of Abinadab was gone up to Mount Tabor.
Right, so they showed Sisera that the Barak was coming now with his army. Keep going.
Verse 13. And Sisera gathered together all his chariots, even 900 chariots of iron, and all the people that were with him, from Harosheth of the Gentiles unto the river of Kishon.
Right, keep going. That's Sisera gathering his army. He ready to go out there and fight them. You understand? Just it's pretty simple. You know what I mean? Keep going.
Verse 14. And Deborah said unto Barak, Up, for this is the day in which the Lord hath delivered Sisera into thine hand. Is not the Lord gone out before thee? But Barak went down from Mount Tabor, and 10,000 men after him.
Right, you understand? This is where she said she's a prophetess. So just like we said, prophetess have prophecies. They see things in the future. So this is what she's seen. She said this will be the day that it will happen. You understand? It says, is not the Lord with you? You understand? Not, oh, I'm with you. We got this. You know, I follow the Lord. I'm the king. I'm here. No, the Lord is with you. You understand? That's all she was doing, was prophesying. Not leading no army, not being the leader of nothing, not being a general. No, she was just prophesying. You understand? Keep going.
Verse 15. And the Lord discomfited Sisera and all his chariots and all his host with the edge of the sword before Barak, so that Sisera lighted down off his chariot and fled away on his feet.
Right. The Lord was with them. They defeated their army, and Sisera got scared and ran away. Keep going.
Verse 16. But Barak pursued after the chariot and after the host until Harosheth of the Gentiles, and all the host of Sisera fell upon the edge of the sword, and there was not a man left.
They killed his whole army. They were scared. A sister gave them the encouragement, and they was able to defeat a whole army. A sister being in order, being gentle, being sweet, and letting, just encouraging the brothers. Like you do, you know what I mean? You will win this battle. The Lord is with you. You in the truth. Y'all undefeated, you understand? We serve the Most High. Just encouragement. It goes a long way. And they was able to defeat the whole army. You understand? Keep going.
Verse 17. Howbeit, Sisera fled away on his feet to the tent of Jael, the wife of Heber the Kenite. But there was peace between Jabin the king of Hazar and the house of Heber the Kenite.
Right, so just so you paint the picture, Sisera fled into the house of Jael. And it says there was peace between them, meaning they were friends. You understand? Her family and his, they was friends. They got along. No, it was peace between them. There was no beef, no problems. You understand? You would think that you going to your friend's house, like you going to, like she's an Israelite. I mean, Salaki, she's a Kenite. She's the wife of Heber the Kenite, and he is you know what I mean, he's the nation that's against the Israelites. So he would think that he's going to a peaceful place to where he's going to be peaceful. He's going to getting taken care of. But we about to see what happens. Keep going.
Verse 18. Jael went out to meet Sisera and said unto him, Turn in, my lord, turn in to me, fear not. And when he had turned in unto her into the tent, she covered him with a mantle.
Meaning she put a mantle over him, she put a cover over him when he came in. Like she's pretty much treating him nice. You understand? Even this is significant because we're going to see what happens at the end of the story. But first she meets Sisera, which was the king, which was the captain over the army, king of Jabin army that was going against the Israelites. You understand? She knows it's something about to happen if you didn't read the story already. But first thing she does is cover him, meaning she makes him warm. You know what I mean? Hospitality. Keep going.
Verse 19. He said unto her, Give me, I pray thee, a little water to drink, for I am thirsty. And she opened a bottle of milk and gave him drink and covered him.
Right, you understand. Now, the significance of him, for time's sake, he asked for water. but she gave him milk. The significance of that, if you didn't know, was milk is seen better than water. So it's like if I'm asking, like he just was like, "Can I just get some water?" She was like, "No, get milk." You understand? Like get something better than water. You understand? Something that I actually had to go out and do personally for you, because you gotta milk the cows. You know, water you could just water. You know what I mean? Milk you gotta go milk the cows. You gotta actually do labor to get the milk over water. You know what I'm saying? So it's like she's treating him nicer than what he even asking for. Keep going.
Another one come. Again, he said unto her, stand in the door of the tent, and it shall be, when any man doth come and inquire of thee, and say, is there any man here, that thou shalt say no.
Right, and she told him, you know what I mean, you can go in the tent, cover them, say, you know what I mean, go to sleep, you good. I got your back. If anybody come here and say there's a man here, I will say no. There ain't nobody here. So she's being so hospitality, showing so much hospitality, treating him well, treating him nice. You understand? This is something that a female need to understand. If she wants to get her way, just be hospitality. Just be nice. It's something about a woman that a man don't have. We don't got that femininity. Show your femininity and you will win over your man. Not trying to challenge him as a masculine spirit. That's not going to do it. Because then he going to get masculine to show that he over you. But if you been feminine with him, you know what I mean? You do what he can't do, he going to be like, whoa, wow. You understand? Keep going. We're going to go into what she did. After all this hospitality she showed, will show you this is what you need to do if you want to win your battle, because this is what she did, and this is what she was planning. Keep going.
I don't want to come. Verse 21. Then Jael, Heber's wife, took a nail of the tent, and took a hammer in her hand, and went softly unto him, and smote the nail into his temples, and fastened it into the ground. But he was fast asleep and weary, so he died.
So when it says that, and Sisera shall be delivered into not your hands, but a woman, this is the woman that Sisera was delivered to, meaning killed. It said, just like you in a tent, you know how you got that nail at the end of the tent to fasten to hold the tent down? Well, you know what? She unplucked that nail and took a hammer and fastened it into his temple. Like while he was asleep, you know what I mean? And this shows another thing. She put her life on the line. Because think about when she was doing this, if he would have woke up. He would have killed her. You understand? But she was willing to risk her life for the Israelites, man. For the nation. And that's how a woman need to be. You understand? But she did it in such a subtle way. It's not like, oh, we enemies. You came to the wrong house. We got to go to battle. She took care of him. Did all this for him. So he thinking, oh, I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm straight. As soon as she went to sleep, she took the nail and fastened it through his head and pretty much nailed his head to the ground, man. Just like how the tent being nailed to the ground, she nailed this man's skull, his head to the ground. She killed him. So you would think after all that niceness she did and showing her feminine and being womanly, she would be good. No, she did that to get her way because she wanted to kill him. But that's something that women need to know. Talking about the spirit of Deborah wanting to be in rulership, wanting to be in leadership. No, this story is significant because she was not like that. It was being feminine, being woman, being in order. You understand? That's what she did. For time's sake, I'm going to get this last verse because it just tells you that Barak came to the tent and then she pretty much came in and said, he's in here. And Barak seen that she was dead and they started to bless her. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? That's a great thing that she did. You know what I mean? Women can do great things, but it will always be with being a woman. Not being a man, not putting on no masculine spirit, not thinking that Deborah was Judge Judy, man. You understand? She wasn't. She was a woman. You understand? But this is the real spirit that we about to get right here in this last verse. We about to get the real spirit that Deborah had. Give me go to chapter 5 and give me verse 7.
Judges chapter 5, verse 7. The inhabitants of the villages ceased. They ceased in Israel until that I, Deborah, arose, that I arose a mother in Israel.
No, she arose a general in Israel.
I, Deborah, arose, that I arose a mother in Israel.
No, she arose a leader in Israel.
That I arose a mother in Israel.
No, she arose the Lord of Israel, the King of Israel, the Queen of Israel.
That I arose a mother in Israel.
Right, and that's a lot of the women that saying they Deborah. That's the spirit that you don't have. You understand? The woman out there that's saying that, you know what I mean, you a Christian, you in a Christian church, you saying, well, Deborah this. I got the Deborah, I'm a Deborah. You was far from a Deborah, man. You understand? You was more like a Jezebel. It says she arose a mother in Israel. Not a ruler, not a general, not a leader, not the one. But she was a mother to Israel, man. Because you know why I said a mother? Because she took care of people. She gave people wisdom. She didn't carry out executions, carry out judgments. She didn't, oh, you did this, kill him. She didn't do that, man. She wasn't no Judge Judy with no gavel out with I'm the end all say all. No, she was a mother in Israel, man. She was teaching them. She was not teaching them like the laws, but giving them wisdom on how they should act according to things. You know what I mean? Like, for instance, they'll come to her and be like, well, he stole from me. And she will be like, well, you know you stole from him. So, you know what I mean? Just pay him back. You know what I mean? Being that advisory type person, someone you can go to for wisdom. You know what I mean? Like, back in the day, we used to have that, you know, probably before my times or when I was little, but we used to have that in the community. You know what I mean? Where you have two people, two brothers in the hood or in the neighborhood, they'll be angry at each other, wanting to fight each other, go to war. But then she'll end up making, like, you know what I mean, cooking, inviting all of them over. So now they was just enemies, but now they eating at, you know what I mean, grandma, which house, or, you know what I mean, the woman that's in the neighborhood that cooked for them, and they all eating and stuff, and they coming together. And they had no choice but to go because they didn't get food from their house. But she did it, you know what I mean? Like, that old lady from the hood, you know what I mean, is the one bringing the community together. You know what I mean? Doing little parties, inviting everybody, inviting Bloods and Crips, and y'all all coming here to get along because y'all respect her. You know what I mean? That's the type of spirit that Deborah had. You know what I mean? Being a mother, you understand? And with that, I'm going to go ahead and end the class. I'm going to say the security announcements real